Yo, funksters, Sean here with Soul Circus. Kick this weekend off right by supporting live local music this Friday night. Soul Circus is off, but the grease gets pouring out of tons of local music venues. Saturday night, the Groove Train rolls into Stevie Ray's Blues Bar on Main Street. Start time 9:30. Our little Tejano Blake is out of town, so Mr. Paul Culligan will be filling in on drums. The Culligan Man is who all the ladies call to unclog their pipes. Sunday, Andrew Asher fills in on drums as the Funk Bus makes its final Sunday Captain's Quarters appearance of the season by closing out Labor Day Sunday party on the big deck. Boats, boobs, and beer, oh my, 7 p.m. Let the bad boys of funk give it to you good this Labor Day weekend. You know we're courteous. We always use lube. Stay tuned to Kevin and Greg right here on Shooting from the Lip for more Soul Circus dates. Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Live from the Shooting from the Lip studio in Louisville, Kentucky, it's time for Shooting Stars with your hosts Kevin Hale and Greg Unthank.
What's happening, hot stuff people out there on internet radio land? Kevin Hale here on this Wednesday night, August 31st, 2016, the last day of the 8th month. 8 months into the year, September 1st, tomorrow, the holiday weekend upon us. The year is just zooming by. Tonight, my usual Wednesday night compadre, the one and only drummer extraordinaire, Mr. Greg Unthank. G Money, what's up?
Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Also joining us is our lovely blonde bombshell, the looks to our brains, Tiffany Mack. Tiffany, what's up?
Not much.
Yum.
Just, excited to join you tonight.
Really?
What'd you say?
Actually, man, Tiffany's actually pretty smart. She's pretty intelligent. So
she is.
Kind of,
I know.
You're kind of
don't let the blonde hair fool. I know.
Right.
Don't let the blonde hair fool you. She's
I've listened to the other shows and quite impressed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Smart.
Thank you.
Smart and yummy. Would you say, Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay. Moving
Greg,
right
yeah, you guys are coming off a gig this past weekend in, once again, sweltering heat. You know, this time I had family
bad.
I don't know. It still was 90-some degrees from
but out there,
heat index.
Yeah, but out there at the winery, there was a nice little breeze blowing, and compared to the last time we played out there last July, this past July, it didn't even compare to the heat and humidity that was out there in July. So it was a pretty enjoyable night. It was, of course, packed, and everybody had a good time, and Kevin wasn't there again. So,
well, but this time I didn't. It wasn't the heat. I have my daughter, son-in-law, the grandkids were in, so I had a night with them.
Awesome.
And then I got to hang out. We all went out later, so you know I had to take care of those opportunities or that opportunity. So, but you know, as you guys do, because I know how talented and awesome spare change millionaires are. You bring the crowd. You know, I know you all kicked it and gave everyone, sent everyone home happy as usual, right?
Yeah, have fun. Yeah. Had a good time.
Kind of like, right.
They're actually playing out there at the same place again, September the 17th. And I'm not going to be with them that night.
Oh, you're not? Oh,
no.
And plus, KevFest is the next day.
It is. I will be actually playing. Blue Funk has got a special party going on that I actually have the opportunity to do that, and the guys are pretty cool about it. So their old drummer is actually going to play, so it's going to be kind of like a reunion for them to get their former drummer back to play with them. So they won't miss a beat for sure, and And I'll be
Good
playing
for
with the Blue Funksters, and then the following day I will be playing with Brian Fox and Good Chickens out the KevFest
Fest.
extravaganza.
Mm-hmm. Some social media plugs for us. You can find our show, all of our shows, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday shows on iTunes and YouTube. Twitter at The Shooting Lip, at Kevin Hale 423, at Greg _Unthank, at Tiffany Mac _ET. You can like us, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Shooting from the Lip. Again, Wednesday night is just one of 3 shows that we do. Monday and Friday are the other nights, all via Blog Talk Radio. Though this Friday, Tiffany, we are off, but we have an well, actually it's not an archive, it's a recorded show, a show we were going to do last week, but due to some technical difficulties, we were only able to record it, and we're going to be sharing it with everyone this Friday. So do a quick Friday night plug for us, T-Mac.
Well, okay, so Friday night we are going to be playing a pre-recorded show, but it is very, very recent. Ruben Uriarty wrote a book called Aliens in the Forest, the Cisco Grove UFO Encounter. And so we're discussing the case and its place in ufology, and it's a really pretty cool show. And it'll be airing regular time, 10 p.m. Eastern on Blog Talk Radio. So.
Mm-hmm. And for those listening who tune in on our Monday nights, Monday is Labor Day, so there will not be a show Monday night. I'm not even messing with any archive or anything because it's Labor Day and everyone should really enjoy their day off and not worry about anything else. So, and here we are tonight, Greg. We've got Jon Huffman, who will be joining us on the first segment. Jon is with the band Big Rock Show, who have been a mainstream, big time band here in the Louisville area for a long time. What can you tell us about that, Greg?
Oh, well, Jon is just one of those guys, like you said, who's been around here for, since I've been playing music in the last 30 years. I know Jon was back in the 80s. He actually left Louisville, went to California and hooked up with a band and got a record deal, and they were called Sweet FA, and did quite well. Jon did all that 80s stuff. Was actually had an article of himself and the other guitar player in the band. Now, I think it was in Hit Parader. We'll have to ask him. Back in them days, I was buying the Hit Parader magazines, the Circus and the Cream. That was the big thing, the big music, rock magazines. And Jon came back to town and played with Fire Department. He did a long stint with them. They were one of the most popular bands in Louisville at the time. Did the Toy Tiger thing all the time, and now he's been playing with Big Rock Show. He's an excellent guitar player and an old friend of mine. We're both South End fellas, and known Jon for quite a long time, man. I'm glad to have him on.
Yeah, and on the second segment, Wyman Marshall, who is part of the KevFest event, he's going to come on and give us the latest and greatest update with that big event. And then later in the show, we're going to announce who our guests are for next week's Wednesday night show. So stay tuned for that. But Greg, without further ado, let's bring on your old South End feller, buddy, Jon Huffman. Jon, man, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Good.
Wonderful, man.
Wonderful.
Glad to have you on, buddy.
Yeah, it's great to be on. Thanks for this opportunity. I appreciate it.
John, also on the line with us is Tiffany Mac. She is part of our Host Shooting from the Lip podcast series. I think she said she's a bored housewife, so that's why she's joining us tonight.
Yeah. So hello.
That's awesome. Board help.
John, Greg was giving a little bit of bio for you, but give us, in your terms, your way, the Jon Huffman bio.
Okay. Well, I was born poor black child.
I've seen him from the waist down. That's true.
Greg and I are from the South End, as Greg told the audience and everybody. I started playing guitar senior year in high school, about 1980. Was in a band with Greg, short-lived. I don't even know if we had a name or not. I don't know, but we jammed a little bit. Ended up rising up kind of through the ranks here in Louisville, and Savage, which kind of put me on, or raised my profile enough to get me noticed. And there's a lot of really great guitarists back then. It was the era of the shred guitar. You had Tony Bowles, and you had Howard Phelps. Yeah, my bad. And you had all these great guitarists, and I just wasn't that great at the time, but I jumped around and made a show out of it. So I got noticed. I was in Team Savage. Fire department needed a guitar player because Tony quit that, ended up going to Motor Kings and on to other things, and I got in the fire department. Played with those guys. Went on the road for the time, like big road stuff like Michigan and Florida and all that. Then I got an offer to get in another band who was looking at getting a record contract, and I joined them. The Indianapolis got a band called Sweet FA. We were signed to MCA Records and Virgin Charisma. Put out 2 CDs, put out, had a couple videos on MTV. I was in, magazines and all that kind of crap back then. That fell through, and grunge came along, but I love grunge, so I'm not bitter about it. And moved back to Louisville. Ended up just doing some more stuff. I was in a band called Joe Mama, which was Goodnight Maxine, like 2.0, I guess. Did that for a while. Ended up joining a band called Sugar Buzz. Did that for 4 or 5 years. Got in a band called Hemi Buddha with Mark Billy, who lives in Arizona now. Then got 99 MPH. Did that for a while. Got the offer from Big Rock Show. At the time, I couldn't do it because they were playing out all the time, and I just got engaged, working a regular job at EPS, is where I'm still at, working there. And but anyway, after a few years, Kevin McCreary, who is one of the he joined. He was in the band for a couple of years or so, and then he got the offer to join and once he left, their schedule had kind of tapered off a little bit. They weren't playing out every night of the week. And they asked me again to join, and I said, sure. And I've been in the band about 4 or 5 years now.
Hey, John.
Yes.
A couple things. First thing is your reception is just a tad bit. It could be better. If there's another area that you can maybe move to, it might get us a better reception. That'd be great. Can
you hear me better now?
Yeah, I do believe that's better. Yeah.
Is this better? Okay.
Is there like a tree that's about 40 feet in the air by your house?
My house is about 40 feet in the air. I'm right next to that.
Okay.
Actually, that sounds better, man. That does sound better.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stand right here. See, I was walking around talking. I usually pace the floor when I talk because all this rock and roll just kind of, it freaks me out. So I got to walk
around. John is quite energetic.
With a cigarette in my hand, walking around, pacing the floor, talking about rock and roll. So.
Yeah.
Hey, man, back when you was with Sweet FA. Now I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to try not to embarrass you, but I do recall that there was another guitar player in the band, and you guys had a nickname. One guy was Thunder, and the other guy was Lightning. Which one were you? Were you Thunder or Lightning?
Do you remember those? I don't know if you remember or not, Greg, but you and I are close to the same age. Remember those? They were like Hot Wheel cars. They were called Johnny Lightnings. Back in back in the early 70s, that's where it came from. Yeah, where my name. So yeah, Johnny Lightning. I was a Lightning. Yes, sir. That's me. Yep, guilty as charged. Yeah.
Man, I remember you guys, and it was the big news around. John was off, and he was in L.A. and he got signed, and really doing great, and everybody around town was happy for you, and you got the opportunity. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but you had gotten the opportunity to come back home and play with Sweet FA in front of the home crowd.
Yeah, that was fun.
I bet that was a huge thrill for you.
It was Phoenix Hill. It was some kind of, I don't know if it was Chili, but there was a few other bands. I can't get the other bands that were playing on the bill. It was out in the parking lot at Phoenix Hill.
At Phoenix Hill, that's right.
Yeah, it was outside. It was outside, and we had just gotten signed. It was like coming home. It was really cool.
Yeah,
and also the Vogue Theater. And Spanky Lee opened up for us. And that was kind of around at the same year, I think. So that was...
Yeah, because Spanky Lee was hot at that time as well, so...
Yeah, they had to open up for us, though. They had the little bitty dressing room, and we had the real big one. I don't think they ever...
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. That was a big gig for them,
Yeah.
Was that dressing room big enough for the hair? I'm not sure. I know Max.
For Spanky Lee's hair, I don't think so. I think it was like a broom closet, and I think their hair.
That was not big enough for the hair then. No way.
No, they could barely fit like Max's hair, let alone Mark's hair, into that broom closet.
Are we talking the Maxwells?
Max Maxwell had the biggest hair ever. I'm not talking about Louisville. I'm talking ever.
Yeah, he was the hair king, man. He was.
He put any South End girl back in the '80s would love to have had his hair. Yeah.
Yeah, and it would be funny if he was just like a okay drummer with this big hair, but the guy is a badass. So
badass smoking drummer.
Yeah, it just made it even more cooler. Here's a smoking drummer with this crazy hair standing like 2 feet high or something.
Yeah, and not to take anything away from your wig, because you were sporting a wig too.
I was sporting a wig in Sioux Savage and Fire Department. Yeah, I kept. Yeah, when I joined Sweet FA, I was told that was kind of going out and to not wear my hair like that, and I caved into pressure and I didn't, and it's kind of good because you have to think, the West Coast is a few years. Both coasts are usually a few years ahead of the Midwest or the central part of the United States. And I was wearing my hair like that here, but that had already kind of been done out in L.A. The big hair, like the Nikki Sixx kind of look, with the.
Yeah.
So I was like, I've probably been doing this enough, so I stopped.
Hey,
Tiffany. It was a good time.
Tiffany, in the 80s,
Yes, sir.
you were what? You weren't even a teenager then, were you?
I was not. I was, let's see, I think 92 is when I graduated the 8th grade, or 91, something like that. So, yeah. Jeez Louise.
So,
I was a baby.
So and you are, but there's no really big hair.
I remember
80s.
hair band.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no!
But
I absolutely remember hair bands, and I loved every one of them. Nikki Sixx, Rocket, love it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You go, girl.
But Tiffany,
now you're just making me
big...
sound like a dirty little housewife now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can edit that out.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Go ahead. So, John, how many years have you been hitting the licks? I mean, just really seriously, I guess professionally been playing.
I was born with the guitar in my hand. What are you talking about? No, professional. What is you mean like when I got paid?
Yeah,
I mean,
when you really was,
yeah.
it was start. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say I've been playing professionally since 1986.
Ooh.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
Now, where did you go to high school, John?
I went to St. Francis de Sales Catholic all-male high school.
Okay. That's another DeSales. Didn't we have? I'm trying.
I graduated from an all-girls academy.
Yeah, Catholic girl.
Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart. We're representing over here.
With that tiny little mustache.
They have no idea what we're talking about, John.
I don't either.
It's
Joe's Garage.
Yeah, oh, dude, that's one of my favorite albums.
That's awesome.
So ask me, like, who my influences are.
John, who is your influences as you were growing up, learning to play and who do you admire?
Probably Greg Unthank. Greg Unthank.
Besides Greg Unthank.
Tony McElwain. Really. Tony McElwain, Alan Needham, local influences. Tony Bowles, Walt Butler. Walt Butler is the guy that taught me how to get a decent guitar sound.
Man,
yeah.
What happened to Walt Butler?
I don't know, but I wish he would come out. I wish he would crawl back out of his hole and kick everybody's ass.
Man, wasn't he like the first guy that you heard playing with a stereo? Playing in stereo. Yeah. I remember he had like 2 amps set up, and he did all this crazy stuff very loudly.
And guess what? I use 2 amps now too. I run stereo as well. He got me started doing it. So you know what he used to do. And I was like, man, this guy is like superhuman, because I couldn't figure it out. We were in a band together, and we'd say, okay, let's work up, the Scorpion song or whatever. And we'd show up at rehearsal the next day, and he would have the thing down note for note, the lead. And I'd be like, how the hell is this guy doing this crap? Like, dude. Well, I found out what he was doing. What he was doing was, because I went over to his house one time, he had a turntable and his records, and turntables, usually record album would run at like 33 RPM. And then you could put 45s on it and speed up to 45. And it also had 16, right? So if you put a record on 16 RPMs, it plays slow. It's like twice as slow. It's like down an octave. And instead of going da-da-da, da-da, da-da, it's da-da-da, da-da, da-da, da. You know what I mean?
So he's picking the notes out.
Yeah, but this is what he did, and this is genius. This is back before Windows Media Player and all that digital, stuff they have now that anybody can do it. What he was doing was he was running his turntable through a Boss pitch shifter, half rack mount pitch shifter, and pitching it up an octave, but at half speed on the turntable, so it was slow but still in tune at the regular tuning. So it was just,
that is genius.
Yeah, and that's how he's figuring it. He was figuring licks out like that. And I'm like, no wonder he can figure all that stuff. Genius.
Right. That is cool. Yeah.
You work with whatever you. Yeah, Walt's a really sharp fella, man. He's a great guy. I haven't seen him in years. I miss him. I love the guy. There's so many great musicians in Louisville, and there always has been. And back in the '80s, one of the things was, to me, I was really intimidated, man, because back then that was like the guitar god, or the shred guitar era. Satriani, Vi, Van Halen, Randy Rhoads, blah blah blah, and man, there's so many great guitarists out, that were playing locally, and it was intense, man. Because you play Toy Tiger, you go on stage. I'm in fire department. I got Alan Needham next to me. We're on stage. You look out in the audience, and it's packed. There's the girls with the Aquanet and the push-up bras, and the King Salami guys, whatever. But then you look in the back of the room, and there's probably 20 musicians back there. 10 of them are guitarists with their arms folded, looking at you.
Arms folded, looking at you, judging you.
Exactly. So it was. yeah, it's so I just jumped around.
Back in them days.
I can't play.
That's the way it was.
I couldn't play worth a shit. So I just jumped up and down a lot and banged my head and ran around and acted stupid, and that was enough, I guess.
Oh, you've always been a top-notch player, man. You know that.
Well, I appreciate that. I have gotten better. I have improved over the years. I will say that. But back then,
John, you bring up a point that I actually have heard our previous guests say in one way or another, and I've not got to expound on it. But with us guys, all you guys putting in your time and your years into your playing, you obviously develop, get the respect, and you not only from your peers, but you respect the other players out there. But back in the day when you all were younger, I'll ask both of you this. We'll start with Jon and Greg. You jump in. How brutal or kind of cutthroat is it for a younger musician to try to find their place locally, or feel like that they are being judged or critiqued? How do you all deal with that?
Well, like I said, I jumped around a lot. I did it because I was I've never had stage fright. I just got, and I'm still that way to this day. I just get in a zone, and there could be 50 people there, 5 people, or 500. I'm going to pretty much play the same, but and jump around the same. But when I first started out, for me, I had to listen to what everybody, all the seasoned guys that were experienced, watch them, listen to them. When you talk, you're missing out, and the best thing to do is just keep your mouth shut and listen and watch what they're doing on stage. Watch how they interact with the crowd. Watch how they interact with their crew. Talk to them, give them respect. Chances are they're going to be assholes, but maybe not. But who knows? Make up your mind when that happens. But I just try to always learn through osmosis, picking up on stuff as much as I could. This is how it's done. And it's like, and they are looking at you. You have something to prove. They're already there. You have something to, and I think this goes on a national level too. It's like they're already there doing that. And you're the new guy. You're the newbie. You're on their turf now, and you have to give them respect, and you have to realize that you're new at the game. They're not. And if you be real and honest, I think people can see that. And there are a lot of people that are jaded, that have attitudes, but that just whether you're an actor or a musician or a politician or an athlete, that comes with anything like that. But there are people that are really, really cool, and they'll see that you are interested, that you have a passion for it like they do, and I still do it, and those people back then did it for me. They'll take you aside, they'll give you pointers, they'll tell you things, and you gotta listen and keep your ears open. One of the greatest bits of advice I ever heard was from Tony Bowles, who's now with Hank Williams Jr. in Nashville. And he was still with he was with Mighty Water Kings then. I was in fire department, but he had been in fire department. I took his place, and those were like big, humongous shoes to fill. And I'm nowhere near the guitar player he is. I really wasn't then, but he was at the bar drinking, in the 80s at Toy Tiger, and I walk up to him in between one of our sets, and I'm asking him some stupid question about scales or something. I don't know what it was. It was, hey, how do you play the scale? And he was like, John, he looked at me, he said, John, he said, learn it and forget it. I said, what? He said, learn it and forget it. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, don't think about it when you play. Just learn it and put it away. It'll come out. And that's probably some of the best advice I ever got, because he's so right. It's like if you're thinking all the time, there's a thing that Neil Young said once. Neil Young and his producer, Jack Nietzsche, when they were recording Tonight's the Night, they came up with this saying, and it's just the same exact thing. if you think, you stink. You know, when you get in the zone and you're playing and you're improvising, you don't think, you just go for it. You're in that, you're a conduit. The energy's flowing through you. When you think, you interrupt it and you screw up. Don't think, just play. And that's what Tony was saying. Just learn it and forget about it. So, but yeah, just listen to other people, take their advice, respect them. You know, and if you're opening up for them and you're the, you know, let's say you're opening up for a headliner, they're going to cut you on the lights. They're going to cut you on sound. They're going to cut you on stage space. Comes with the territory. You're going to get big one day. Yeah, you're going to get big one day, hopefully, and there'll be an up-and-coming band. You'll do the same with them. It's how it works. But you know, yeah, man. I mean, it's great.
I'd gotten that same type of advice from Greg Forsman, and not too long ago.
He's a monster.
You know, I was playing a gig with him in Indy, and you know, the first set was okay, but you know, I was kind of, you know, you get kind of intimidated when you play with guys at that level, and you want to do your best. You want to do your best. And we played the first set, and after we got done, he said, "Man, you did a really good job." And I've already played gigs with him before. He said, but it had been a long time since we played. And he said, "Stop thinking about it and just be Greg."
There you go.
Stop thinking about it and be Greg. It's the same thing Tony Bowles pretty much told you, you know. And they're both right. And, you know, talking about back in the day, I had to do it a little differently back in the day. You're trying to get recognized and noticed. And, you know, I was kind of a dorky little athletic, chunky dude, and I didn't have that look like all the other guys that sometimes would use that look to get what they needed, get in a band or get noticed. So I was woodshed. There had come up one time where I got from a band because I didn't have that look, and I used that to motivate me, and I woodshedded for like a year. And I said, I'm not going to look like everybody else. I'm at least going to play as good or better than everybody else. And I developed
that's awesome.
My style of playing. And that's what motivated me to get, you know, to get good. And that's what I've had to rely on. Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, that's something that you can take with you forward forever. You know, I mean, that's your technique. That's you. Styles come and go. Spandex, big hair. Oh, you don't look the part. You know, well, screw that. You know, I play like a mofo.
Yeah, and it's great that's changed now. That's really not in anymore, man. That's one good thing about today's music, man. That really don't matter. You know.
No, it doesn't matter at all. It doesn't, and I think it's fantastic.
Yeah,
I really do. I think it's right where it should be. It's on musicianship and songwriting and chops. And lyrically, and it's not on looks, and you know, I mean, that's how it should be, man. It's music. It's not Madison Avenue.
Yeah, John, you obviously with Big Rock Show, you're playing heavy rock music, but if you could step away from Big Rock Show, what would you like to, you know, jump into, or you know, what's another kind of type of music that you represent?
You know, I like all types of music, really. I mean, if I would love to get deeply into jazz, but honestly, you know, I mean, to be honest with you and myself, it's probably a little bit too late for that, to me, to be the jazz guitarist, jazz musician that I want to be, because those guys, it's kind of like doing taekwondo or martial arts. I mean, you know, it's such a dedication to that form that, you know, I mean, you have all these great jazz musicians, you know, whether it's Miles Davis or Coltrane or Charlie Parker or Pat Metheny or Chick Corea or Al Dini. I mean, there's so many great jazz guys from all the ages, you know, and it's like, I would love to be able to do that, but to be honest, I'm not probably going to do that. I'd like to be able to stylistically cover some bases so I could jump into a jazz outfit and not just like show my ass, be able to, you know, play around a little bit, know what I'm doing and not embarrass them. But if I was going to step outside of Big Rock Show and do something different, I would probably do something where I was playing my original songs and singing and playing guitar, either in a 3-piece type setting or a 4-piece where there's another guitarist who can maybe play keys like Hammond B3 or something and guitar. And I could just play guitar sometimes in front and just do songs that I write and do it that way. You know, do my thing essentially, like, you know, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, one of the big events coming up that we've been heavily promoting, actually the last few shows we've done, and the next couple of weeks, the shows we'll be doing, we'll be talking to people who are going to be part of KevFest. We're promoting it. What's it like to have your band be part of an event like this? Where, I mean, you spoke of McCreary earlier. You know, everybody knows and loves McCreary, Kevin McCreary here in town. But you know, for you guys to be part of it, what's that like for you?
Well, it's an honor, obviously, but it's for me as a guitarist, it's humbling because I've always thought that Kevin is outstanding. I mean, he's a professional. He's the total package as far as guitar players go. He can play rock, blues, metal, acoustic kind of fingerstyle stuff. He knows so many different styles, and he can sing great. He's a great singer.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's one of those kind of guys like a jack of all trades, man. He can play, you know, he can bust out anything on guitar and not just plink around with it. I mean, he's very adept and knows what he's doing. He's a very, very, very good guitar player. All that being said, he's probably one of the coolest guitar players locally I've ever known. You know, he's a great guy. And so to be able to do this, and you know, I'm the guy who took his place in Big Rock Show. So it's very humbling, and it's a real honor to do it. It's obviously a noble, a great cause. He's such a great guy, and we all want Kevin to be around for a long time, as long as you know, as we're all around. I mean, it's, you know, cancer sucks. It as all the technology that this world has and all the money that we spend on stupid shit, and we could be battling this thing and winning, and we're getting closer, but we're not there yet, you know. And you know, just like drug addiction or anything like that, alcoholism is an equal opportunity destroyer. So is cancer. You know, it doesn't matter whether you're a banker, a musician, a bum, a teacher. It doesn't matter. A good person, bad person, doesn't matter. If it gets you, it gets you. You know, and you got to fucking fight it. It's part of my language. And
well said.
So I am. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we have the opportunity to do this. I hope that people that hear about it come out, because there's going to be some great musicians there. There's going to be some great bands there. Kevin's going to be there. I'm looking forward to doing it because I plan on woodshedding and practicing my ass off up till that gig. So when I go out there, I can smoke because, you know, I gotta rise to the occasion because Kevin's going to be there and he's a badass. You know, it's like, if I know
go on, John?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I have to talk to Dave Williams, the drummer. He knows about that kind of stuff. But let me just say this. A lot of times Kevin would come out, and I wouldn't know he was in town. Or I wouldn't know he was coming out. And, you know, invariably, it's like, you know, you wash your car and then it rains. Will it be some day that, you know, a gig that I didn't warm up before I played? You know, I'd be kind of sloppy, not quite on it. And Kevin shows up. I'm like, oh, really? Really? Come on, really? But now I know Kevin's going to be there. I know he's going to be there. So I'm going to be on it. You know, I mean, I'm gonna be on it. I am gonna practice not just that day warm up. I'm gonna work on stuff up till that point. So I'm not gonna, you know. Yeah. Kevin's a badass, dude. He really is a badass.
Fortunately, I get the opportunity to play in the band with him that day, or hopefully that he's feeling up to it. We'll be playing at 2:00 with Brian Fox and Good Chicken. So him and
oh, cool! That's awesome.
Yeah. So we all pray that.
How do you like that gig? Is that cool?
Day.
Is that cool? Like that? How's that gig?
Oh yeah, it's awesome, man. It's original country stuff. Brian Fox writes some really good material. Plus, the band is killer. You got John Hawkins, Kevin McCreary, and Chip Adams on bass. So
that's like an all-star band, isn't it?
It's a smoking band, dude. I'm really blessed to be able to be a part of it, for real. Those guys are great.
That's great. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Didn't you all isn't there a new song you all did that just came out or something? Like a new song? I heard that there's a new song that's out.
Well, Brian, he's got a new CD coming out this next month. It's getting mixed down right now, and he's put together a video. I think they were shooting it out at 2 Lanes last week, and I didn't get to play on. I didn't get to play on any of the drums on the CD, but I do the live stuff. But it's coming out pretty soon, so I'm sure we'll be promoting it, and we'll have a CD pretty soon as well.
Where do y'all record it?
He's got a studio at his house, so he did all the recording, and I think Ron Murphy did the drums at his house, and then he's got a producer, and to the life of me, I can't think of his name, but he's like a huge, big-time producer that is doing the final mix on it. Or an engineer, so I really don't, he could tell you all the details. But we play at 2:00, man, so if you're around, check us out, and I'm sure Brian can give you all the details on all that.
It looks like John lost connection with the show, so hopefully he'll be calling back in. We're winding down with him anyway, so so far, this the KevFest is going to be huge. It's we have our second guest on very soon, Wyman Marshall, and let's see, let's see if it's John.
If you're listening, John, give a call back in.
Yeah, I'm here.
There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Hello?
Got you.
All right, John, let's in wrapping this segment up, what we do real quick is what we call our round of shots. It's 6 questions, like a quick Q&A, just some fun stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. First concert.
You know what? This is fun.
Our Wednesday night show. Greg and we love doing it because all we do on this Wednesday night show, and I do 3 podcasts a week, but the Wednesday night show is strictly promoting local music, all the local talent in the Louisville area, and every show we do, I'm blown away, and not just with the talent, Greg and John in this case, but how cool and genuine, sincere all our guests are, and so it's John. You and I haven't met, so probably if anything, we'll be meeting at KevFest. So I look forward to hanging out with you that day. So
cool. Yes. That's going to be great. I look forward to it. Awesome.
All right. Questions.
Okay.
First concert you attended.
First concert was Boston was the headliner. It was Eddie Money, Sam Yeager, and Boston in 1978, I think, at Freedom Hall.
Wow.
Yeah. Cool.
Now, hold on. Ask me what my second concert was. I know it's not one of the questions, but ask me what.
What was your second concert?
My second concert, and look, I wish this was my first concert, but it wasn't. My second concert was Van Halen 2 at Louisville Gardens.
Ah. Was that with Journey?
Yeah, Van Halen. Yes. No, Journey.
It was with Journey. It was on St. Patrick's Day, right?
I don't remember who the opening band was.
I think that was Van Halen and Journey, and it was a St. Patrick's Day concert, and they were serving green beer.
Wow. Really?
Talk about that from memory, huh?
That's pretty. Well, I don't think you smoked as much pot as I did back then.
I don't know.
I think I smoked more dope than you did. That's probably why I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead. Second question.
All right. Are you the type of person who asks for permission or begs for forgiveness?
Ooh, boy, that's good. That's a trick question, isn't it? No. That can change depending on, but as of right now in my life, I think before I was the person that asked for permission. But I think at this point in my life, being in touch with my higher power and practicing a lot of Zen Buddhist teachings, I think I'm more of the one that begs for forgiveness.
Okay. All right.
Goodness.
Number three, during a gig, what would be a pet peeve?
Ooh. A peeve would be...
Move back into your own spot, John.
You're cutting out. So.
Oh, how about now? Can you hear me now?
A little better, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Because we need to hear this pet peeve.
Can you hear me, though?
I said we need to hear the pet peeve for sure. You sounded better now.
Okay, well, I'm touching the handrail on my front porch. Maybe I should just keep doing that, like an antenna. Okay. So, did you hear the answer to my the last question?
Yeah.
Forgiveness. Okay.
Yes.
My pet peeve at a gig would be I was going to make a joke out of this one too, but I'm not. My pet peeve would be somebody getting up on stage and not asking to get up on stage, just like some drunken audience member just wanders up on stage and wants to sing in the mic. That's our space, and that's what we're there to do. And I don't like it when people just jump in.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever, get up and dance. I don't care if she's got 38 double D's, and she's dancing and her tits are flopping. I mean, don't get up on stage unless we ask you to get up on stage. Don't, anyway. Yeah, go ahead.
Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Number 4. If you could choose one superpower, what would it be?
One who?
Superpower.
One super. As in countries?
No, like super, as in like flying. If you could a country.
Like if I was like a superhero.
Yeah.
I mean, like Russia or China or.
Country.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I don't even think you'd have to answer that. That was the best answer to that question. Russia is his superpower.
Yeah, I want to be Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be like Super Putin.
Yeah, Super Putin. Yeah.
Super Putin.
You know what? We don't. That is the answer. I'm going to the next question.
Okay.
Because that was the best answer ever. What's your favorite phone app?
My favorite phone app. You mean the porno ones or the normal ones? No, I'm just joking.
You done answered that one too.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
No, honestly, no. My favorite is Peterson has a strobe tuner app for instruments, so you can tune your guitar, and it's like, remember the strobe tuners back in the, yeah, they have it's just as accurate as those things, and it's on your phone. It's probably the most expensive app I had, but it's totally accurate, and I love it. And I use it all the time for guitar intonation and whatnot. So yeah, it's probably my favorite. Oh, no, Spotify. All of the above. Porno app, Spotify, and the. Okay.
Yeah, I think John, you're falling into the category of one of each right now. So, all right, last round of shot question. If you had access to a time machine and could go anywhere in the past, your living past or pre-birth past, where would you go?
I would go. It wouldn't be pre-birth, but I would. I would go back to the swinging '60s London era when the Beatles were just on the edge of breaking up, like '68 or so. '69. Pink Floyd was playing. The Floyd was playing. Jimi Hendrix had just come to England. You had Clapton. You had all that. Swinging London in the '60s would be my favorite time, I think, because there was just so much good stuff coming out. The Stones. I mean, you could go to the Marquee and see the Who play, and it would be just awesome.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
All right, John.
I would get in a time machine and go back to the beginning of this interview and find a better place to stand so my phone didn't cut out.
Well, see. Oh, even better. You know what? That's it. I like that. All right, John. Wrapping this up. Share with us where all of your social media. How would people connect with you and Big Rock Show?
Big Rock Show has a Facebook. I have my own Facebook page. Jon D. Middle initial D. Jon D. Jon D. Huffman Huffman.
Then dangerous. Jon D. Dangerous.
Jon Dangerous.
Johnny Dangerously.
Yeah.
Or you could just stop by my house or call me out sometimes.
There you go.
Come to come to a gig. Come to a gig, walk up to me, say, "Hey, you were that asshole on the podcast," and I'll buy you a beer.
There you go. All right, man. Jon Huffman. John, you came on and killed it tonight. Even if you were even if you were pacing around at your place and the whole connection thing. But look forward to meeting you at KevFest, and we'll connect soon. Thanks for coming on.
Yes. That's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it, and I appreciate the opportunity, guys. Thanks for getting me on the show, and man, thanks a lot, and I'll see you guys at KevFest.
See you, John, buddy. Love you, man. I'll see you later.
All right, Greg. Love you, brother.
Hey, guys. It's Jake Badger from WildWood. Join us this Saturday night as we head out to Hillview to hang out with Chris Lucian and the gang at the county line, 9:30 to 1:30, $5 at the door. We'll see you there.
All right, Greg, jumping right into our second segment, and appreciate our guest, Wyman Marshall, for hanging with us. Wyman, what's up, man?
Man, I just don't even think I can. I spit my drink.
You're gonna have to try
with the superhero answer. I mean, literally spit my drink out. So that was good.
Greg, I did too. I think I'm sipping on red wine. Greg, I have to admit, when he pulled the Russian, I actually choked. I'm like,
the greatest thing I've ever heard. I mean,
that
comic.
Well, you said superpower. Now, I guess Russia would be considered a superpower. U.S. is a superpower. They could be.
Yeah, but the truth is, we've asked that question quite a bit, and
that's the first time we got that answer.
Everyone else gave us a superhero type a response.
Yeah,
for him, I might have to retire that question after tonight, Greg.
That's outside the box.
I tell you,
thinking big.
Yeah, he's watching too much CNN, obviously. So, anyways, Wyman, man, thanks for hanging with us. It's pleasure for you to be on. You are actively a part of KevFest. Tell us what your role is with this event.
Well, actually, my good buddy Ryan Murphy called me to get involved with KevFest. I actually didn't know Kevin prior, and but I had a son with leukemia, and he's 8 and doing great now. But I am all about helping people who've been diagnosed, or or the family or whatever. Just because once you go through it, you just want to help other people to not feel scared, or and let them know that there are people thinking about them. And by agreeing to do it, I can honestly say that I've got some fantastic new friends, and everybody has just been working tirelessly since Kevin Manning kind of started this whole thing, and we are super excited about it, and just so much happening with it. It's going to be one of the best events ever. So really looking forward to it. My role, I suppose, is, I don't know, just do whatever I need to do. Did the website and doing some social media, and just trying to connect all the dots. I've worked in the past with, or I still do, with Unbridled Eve Derby Gala, and I'm in charge of all the stage stuff there. And so that's kind of, I've just been involved with that for so many years, and Ryan works with me every single year, and so that's kind of where I came into the picture. But I've had an opportunity, several times to meet with Kevin and his daughters Kinley and Lacey, and they're just awesome. And I'm just so happy to be involved. So, if that answers the question.
Oh yeah. Are you there, Kevin?
Yeah, I'm here. This the event for not just for Kevin, but for actually a lot of fans, people who really dig the whole music scene here in town, is going to get a dose of a lot of talent. I mean, if you are a fan of local music, this is an event that you really want to get to from the get-go, and you're going to wind up being there, for the duration. And if you got the energy, you're going to go to the after party at Baxter's, and because this is I don't know. I know there's other benefits in town, but for cancer or whatever, but for this lineup and the talent that's playing here, it's a music fan's dream to just be able to hang out and watch and interact and mingle with these people, and so I'm
right.
That alone is over the top, but.
Well, and the fact that it's, of course, the whole reason why we started this thing was to actually raise money for Kevin. But we were sitting around the table going, okay, well, how do we do this so that at the end of the day, the money that we raise, he's not taxed to death and all that, and luckily for us, Wes from Shirley's Way was there, and they stepped up, and I tell you what, Mike and Anne Marie and Wes have been just absolutely, you couldn't ask for any better people, any better organization. They are, what they do, if you don't know, or your listeners don't know, they take care of people that are diagnosed, and so if you need, your mortgage paid, or you need groceries, or whatever you need, they'll take care of you, and that's an amazing group of people to put something like that together. Because what most people don't understand is that if you're diagnosed, whether you're a kid or you're an adult, lots of times you're going to be at the hospital. Parents, if you're a kid, your parents may work, or if you're your spouse may work, and it's really hard to make ends meet, and so Shirley's Way kind of swoops in with their superpowers, and they take care of people, and this was just a perfect fit. So, it originally started off with, let's raise money for Kevin, but then it kind of turned into, well, let's help Shirley's Way help other people too.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin was totally on board with that, and so it's an awesome opportunity to raise a ton of money, not only for Kevin but for a lot of individuals in Louisville that just are having a rough time making it through all of it. So it's a hard enough battle just having cancer, but having to deal with all the other financial issues on top of it. It's really tough. So
I can
go ahead.
I can proudly say that we've this show for months have been in working with Shirley's Way to help promote a lot of their events. And yes, that the organization itself is first class. Everything they do is genuine and with a purpose of the people who are suffering or needing, and those guys know that they call me, anytime they want to promote, I'm all about it. So, and that's where, this is my little plug for our show is, Greg and I have talked about it, is that, when it comes to the podcast, I'm deviating a little bit, but I need to kind of say it. But, we have been fortunate to interact with a lot of, in this case, our Wednesday night show, a lot of musicians, a lot of talented people, a lot of good people. Now in this case, Wyman, you included. And, what we're going to do as part of our podcast, and using our quote unquote celeb status now for whatever it's worth, is to organize our own benefits for the cause to help kids or whatever. But that's what it's all about. I mean, at the end of the day, if we all can do just a little bit to help our fellow brother or sister, then it's worth it. Every day is worth it then.
Yeah. So we may call on you, Wyman, when we come to that and find out what your talents are that could help us.
Be more than happy. One of the things that was a good point that came up in one of our discussions was, band members, they work their tails off all the time, and you're not making the millions of dollars, and you're in the spotlight, but it's a rough road to get there, and a lot of people don't realize that. Hey, I know with the change in Obamacare type thing, but most people that are in bands, they don't have insurance, and it's a great opportunity to create some awareness. It's going back to what you said. I mean, every single one of these bands that's playing, there's 18, I think. They are all great people, and they would do anything to help anybody. And so, we're returning the favor to all them as well. We're so appreciative. We've got Dark Side of the Wall and Louisville Crashers and, Peter Searcy, Radiotronic, him and Doug, Big Rock Show. He'll be bringing his Russian shirt, I'm sure.
The sickle.
Circus,
he'll have a sickle on his shirt.
He'll be drinking vodka.
Right.
And drinking.
So, certainly the end goal, like I said earlier, is to raise money for Kevin and for Shirley's Way. But, $20 is what the cost is to get in. And we're talking from 1 p.m. all the way until, the show ends at 9:30. And then you get in, if you pay the $20, then you get into Baxter's for the after show, which goes until, whenever. And, everybody has been amazing. Jared from Diamonds has been amazing. Nick from Baxter's has been amazing. It's really awesome to be a part of it.
Yeah. Cool. Really
very cool.
and and all the people that have stepped up, sponsor-wise too. Like Budweiser and Mom's Music and Clifton's Pizza and 502 Cafe, Doo-Wop Shop, and of course my company, Mac and a Snap. So,
and one thing that we need to remember and keep in mind is we do want to stay positive about every aspect of this whole thing. And again, the bottom line is it's for Kevin. It's for Kevin. It's to get the money for Kevin and also the Shirley's Way. There's been some feedback here that we're not going to get into, but the bottom line is it's for Kevin, and anything that can be done is going to be a great help for him. So that's the bottom line, and that's where the light needs to shine.
Yeah, part of that came up with the GoFundMe thing, and we decided, GoFundMe, bottom line, great company, but who are they and where are they? And they're taking a piece of the pie type of thing. And, Shirley's came to us and, they didn't want anything, not a dang thing. And, and we were the ones that said, hold on, we want to give you some money to help out other people, in Louisville. So, it's a no-brainer. Hold on, we can help out a local 501c3 charity, not, give fees to some company and people we don't even know, So that's kind of the whole decision to take it off of GoFundMe and flip it around to Shirley's Way.
Yeah, I've heard pieces of some of the issues with all this. I actually don't know all the details, and but the bottom line is, it's now Wyman, were you familiar with Shirley's Way before? No,
I wasn't. I wasn't,
okay,
and I thought I pretty much knew every player in the game, but I didn't, and I'm so honored, and I've already told them that, I want to help them out in the future, past this event. So,
absolutely.
It's a great thing. So, I don't know how much time that we have, but I wanted to
got some time.
Offer the listeners of your show something special. So, I think Kevin mentioned it last week. We just kind of opened up our VIP ticket sales, if you will, and so we have a very limited amount of spaces. And what it is, you've got your own room with TVs and couches and food and some beverages and then some reserved seating right next to the main stage. And you get KevFest T-shirt and VIP laminate and rubber bracelet. And for your listeners, only today, like a commercial, Kevin Manning from the Velvet Saints said he would throw in their last or their most recent album, Shadows, from the Velvet Saints.
Cool.
For anyone that purchases a VIP package, and how you do it, if you go to KevFest.com, it's got a list of all the bands and everything going on September the 18th, which is a Sunday. And there's a place to buy tickets, but you don't get them there. It's our little secret in the social media world. So if you're following KevFest on Facebook, then you probably would have seen this. But basically, you go to the donate section, and it's $100. And, a large chunk of that money obviously is going straight to Kevin. But you get all those things that I talked about. And if you put in LIP VIP hashtag, so hashtag LIP VIP, then you'll also get the Velvet Saints latest album as well for all your listeners.
There you go. Hang like a rock star.
Lip, LIP is in lip. Lip VIP. Wow. I'm flipping honored, man. Wow, we'll have to. God, we'll have to.
It's hashtag LipVip. So
LipVip. So KevFest.com hashtag. Or no, it's okay. I see. But,
no, you just go to the donate. Yeah, you go to the donate page, and then you click donate now, and then there's like a box to put in honor of or in memory of or whatever, and just in that box do a hashtag.
I see. Gotcha.
LIPVIP, and it's $100.
You guys are geniuses.
Well,
I like that.
You get the lounge, and it is going to be sweet. Awesome food, beverages, all the stuff, the T-shirt and the VIP laminate, the seating next to the stage, whole 9 yards. The people that we want to thank everybody who's already purchased, but and all the people that are buying tickets. We're going to treat you like a rock star because you've decided to take it to that different level financially.
Right.
So,
exactly.
We'll totally take care of our VIPs at the event.
Yeah, I'd like to jump in real quick and say, you had mentioned earlier that your daughter is doing well now.
Yeah,
and,
my son.
Your son. Okay, your son. Sorry. Well, congratulations on doing well, and you can tell that when you go through something like that, it just makes you a lot more passionate to help out, and I can tell your passion in this event and helping out, and I'm sure that was a big push to get you involved, and I just want to say kudos to you and glad things are going well on that end.
I appreciate it. Very much appreciate it, for sure.
I couldn't imagine. I could not imagine.
It is a shit sandwich when you win. But someone said to me, God only gives you what you can handle, and
that's right.
And I totally believe it. So, but he's doing great, and couldn't be happier.
Good.
So, anything else I can answer for you guys? I mean,
I think you've pretty much
between now and well, hold on. Between now and the gig, what's kind of left for you all to anything?
Everything. You know what I didn't talk about is the silent auction. So we are looking for businesses or people to donate stuff. We've got some amazing things already. We've got 2 NASCAR helmets signed by all the drivers. We've got guitars. We've got, just all. Kevin Manning has been working his tail off driving around Louisville, and if any businesses out there or any people want to donate anything to KevFest, obviously it's a taxable. It's you can use it. You'll get a letter from Shirley's Way saying that it was it's a donation. So, Kevin's been awesome. He's been driving around town picking up stuff from people, and we're just looking to add as many cool things as we can to the silent auction, just as another way to raise money. And the other thing is just asking everybody, just take, if you can't make it, if you can't donate, just spread the word. Blast us out, share us on social media. Don't like it, share it, because liking nobody sees, but when you share it, it actually blasts all over the place. So if you do that for us, that would be fantastic.
Totally agree. Wow, it's I'm going to go on and announce, Greg, as I mentioned earlier, our next show next week, September 7th, we will have Kevin McCreary on to chat with. So we're looking forward to that. Kevin Manning's going to also join us. And so that's we get to hear from the man himself next week. And
he's been awesome through this. I mean, everything that he's going through, and to be able to, I mean, when you put on an event like this, there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of people and a lot of organizing and all that, and he's just been awesome. Actually, I don't know if it's really been announced yet, but one of his good friends, one of Kevin's good friends from Michigan, is actually going to have KevFest North in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. I think October the 18th. So what we'll do is I'll basically flip the website and kind of push everything, after the event here in Louisville, and I'll flip the website to that event, and the money will go through Shirley's Way as well. So
Very cool.
We got a couple of states that we're doing. So.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. And going back to Kevin real quick, it's I've teased him. This is a guy that I think right now could put his hat in the next mayor's race in town and cause in this case Greg Fisher to sweat.
Yeah, you're right.
He's a very, very popular guy in town, and I've got to slowly get to know him in the last year or so. But this guy's like, he's so genuine, and then everybody, speaks very highly of him as well. So, Wyman, this is going to be a huge event. It's huge. It's not just as I think we pointed out. It's just not for Kevin. It is for the greater cause. The cancer awareness and the fact that you guys now are hooked up with Shirley's Way. This is something that's going to be paying forward for a lot of people, and and a lot of the people here in town, the music people, us, we're gonna be continuously doing our part to make things as good or better for anyone who's involved with this disease that just has no prejudice, man. It's do our part, and kudos to you, Wyman, for all you're doing, and if what we can do to help you let me know, and I think we found a new.
I just want to point out that I'm pretty sure Kevin Manning is such a sweetheart. I mean, he really is, but he
with the best hair in town. With the best hair in town,
but his main message, if you see Kevin walking around KevFest with rubber gloves on, just know that he wants you to get a prostate exam and check this. I mean, I'm being serious. It's funny, but it's, I think that, speaking for myself, I'm almost 48, and a lot of us are getting older, and this is the time.
You're right.
We need to start.
Well, I turned 50. I turned 50 next month, so I guess I'll talk to Kevin.
Right. No, that's a great.
He'll be
great
bend
point.
over using the whole fist, Doc.
Yeah,
no, we're not going to go that far.
Fletch.
We just took a bad turn. Just took a bad turn on that.
What kind of
was
name
our
is
Fletch
Spoon
line
anyway?
for the night. Long live Chevy Chase. Yeah.
Moon
River. All right, Wyman. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And don't forget, for your listeners, if they go to KevFest.com and they go to the donate section, they want to get a VIP ticket for your listeners to put the hashtag LIPVIP in the box right before you make your $100 donation. It's $100 a ticket. So, and we will treat you like a rock star at KevFest, September 18th at Diamond Pub and Billiards, and the after party at Baxter's. I think I'm doing an infomercial, I think.
Great job.
And in this,
All right,
so yeah, Wyman, thanks for hanging out with us. Good stuff. And we'll definitely connect with you in the very near future. Look forward to meeting you at KevFest. So
absolutely. Y'all have a good night.
Thanks, sir.
all right,
Thank
brother.
you.
Man, Greg, what a good, informative.
Mhm.
Jon came on, killed it. I think tonight I'm going to officially retire the superpower question.
Yeah.
There's no answer that to Russia.
No, that's great. South End, man.
So here we are. Yeah.
This is it.
Wrapping it up again. KevFest 2016 will be. It's at Diamonds Pub. Diamonds, yeah, Music Hall on what is that? Baxter? No, it's not Baxter. Barrett Avenue.
It's on Barrett. Between
Barrett.
Broadway and Baxter.
Yeah, September 18th, 2016. The guys, for people who want to donate, if they go to the donate section and they do the $100 donation, you put in hashtag LIPVIP. They'll take care of you. If I understood that right, I got to get the details on that right.
That's correct. That is correct.
So, all right, cool. All right, Greg, anything you want to add before we shut it down?
No. It's been a great show.
No?
I want to thank Miss Tiffany for coming on for a little bit, and wish you would have hung out with us so we could have. I think she had some little one issues she had to take care of.
Yeah.
Certainly understand that.
Good mommy.
Good mommy.
Again, real quick, our Friday show is a recorded show. The KT Unearthly will be off next Monday, which is Labor Day, so no podcast that night. Our next live show will be next Wednesday night, September 7th, and Kevin McCreary will be our featured guest. That should be a great show. So
it's special. It's a special show.
Very special, yeah. All right, G-Money, good show as usual. Appreciate all you do. It is fun to hang out with you at least once a week.
Yeah.
So thanks for giving me that. All right, brother.
Let me give it to you.
Yeah, there, give it to me. All right, man. All right, for Greg Unthank, I'm Kevin Hale, signing off from Shooting from the Lip, Shooting Stars. Peace out, Louisville. Take care.
Later.
At no time were any animals or people hurt during this presentation of Shooting from the Lip.
Hey, this is Tony McStutes of the band Systix, and we will be backing up rock candy vocalist Brenda Wheeling in her hometown of Jackson, Kentucky this Saturday night from 9:30 to 11 at the annual Breathitt County Honey Festival. So if you can head on down to Jackson and check us out, we sure would appreciate it.